Yay, OBS didn't crash this time. Very good. Very cool. But chat isn't going to work, so I'm going to delete it and then make it reappear. I don't know why that's been an issue as of recent. The source record plugin has its moments. How's it going, everybody? Tomato. I guess you win. I'm not very good at this game. There we go. I don't know why deleting it fixes it, but you know. I got a new chapstick and it tastes weird. That's gonna throw me off. You will not be hidden. Okay. Has anything changed between here and then? I'm trying to think. Oh yes, I have some awesome news for everybody. It doesn't really affect you guys directly, it more affects me. But this, I'm an egotistical streamer, that's all about me. Here we go. I need to stop saying that, that's just a cringy joke. I'll talk about it during the warm-up. Chill to some doodles and looking at some courses, huge. Don't get sucked into that, I'll make you appear again. There we go. Oh, do I have to make you? I will, I'll do it. Now, Dead Rising music, huh? Interesting. You know, I forgot what I was gonna say, but it was probably just yapping, so who cares? Yeah, have a really good day. I'll say it right now, why not? It's not like I won't run out of things to talk about during warm-up. I switched from one of the professors that had the night class at 6:45, and there was one seat open for the new professor who is excellent. I think he's amazing. I'm really looking forward to being taught under him. He seems very knowledgeable, very patient. He does his note-taking. Now, the way you don't do notes isn't pivotal towards like the character and how good a professor is, but this shows that he really cares. Is he has notes that you kind of fill in. So he has like notes that you can print out or just put on your tablet and kind of fill in as he works. Some will call that childish and almost like kindergarten. I'll call it extremely well thought out, because not only is he thinking about the core concepts, but it helps guide the lecture in a really intelligent way, and you know, forces students to write things down, you know, or encourages them to, because you'll get more out of the notes when you're physically writing them and even typing them out, but more so writing. And just, you know, makes it easier for students to take directed notes. So very glad to be taught under him. I hope I'll learn a lot. It's gonna be a hard class. It's hard concepts, but we'll work through it. We'll do our best. I think that's all that matters in this case. I'm excited. I'm in a really good mood. I'm in such a good mood that I'm finding it hard to work, because I keep getting distracted with Hyper Light Breaker, which also came out and I played a ton of yesterday and the day before on Tuesday. So, you know, the times are too good. You know, I need to hunker down. I need to kind of, you know, start studying harder a bit, which I will do. I've resolved myself, but yeah. I don't know. I think because like I'll have ketchup, but it's the texture and just the taste, the like acidic part of tomatoes. Yeah, like the juice, I guess, is the best way to put it. And the texture. When I bite into one, it's ugh. Anyway, so why did you guys see that? Did you guys see the timer skip 1? Was that just me? Anyways, hello everybody, hope you're doing well. It's 7:30 p.m. Central Time. It is a wonderful Thursday. Got some great weather for the past couple days. I'm clearly in a great mood. Hyper Light Breaker came out. I've been hanging out with friends. I'm just very happy. Happiest I've been in a minute. Not to say that like it's been doom and gloom, but just in a really good mood. And we're gonna put that energy towards our horse construction today. Once again, whoever's in chat, whoever may be joining chat, if you see this in the future, please let us know. Hello, Wanderer, perfect timing. Let us know how your day's going, what you're working on. And yeah, so without any further ado, we'll head over to our main camera here. Cool. Boom, and we'll set our timer for 10 minutes. But yeah, I'm in an excellent mood. Oh. Texture. I'll have tomato basil soup. I think tomato basil soup is quite great. It's the acidity of tomatoes. The acidity which leads to the aftertaste. It's icky gross to me, and I don't want that. Icky grody. Ewy gooey ew. It's not even gooey, that's false, but you know. Here we are. We're getting pretty good progress on our horsey. I'm very happy with where we did have to do, you know, because of that error with the foot, which was a logical and kind of like a tension-based error. Oh, is this Fez music? I have still been constructing, everybody, while I'm studying, I'm listening to music that I want to add to the magical new playlist. I'm going to include some of Delano's songs in there, but if you guys have any suggestions of your favorite video game music, please let me know in chat or send it my way. In Discord if you have me on Discord, because I would love... Where's my music? There it is. This is Fez. Oh, shoot. Anyway, I have to add this, even though the timer just started counting down and I'm not looking at chat. And I think someone put something in chat. Wait, Apache? No, I want Fez. I listen to Apache when I work out. I don't think we did any of Apache's music in our streams. Ow. Good. Still on that learning journey. Did miss a few streams. Got busy. Met some nice people. Well, number one, do not feel like you have to show up to these, man. You know, at your own pace, as long as you're doing something that you like every day. I mean, that's the goal of this channel, right? And huge, you got to meet some cool people. I'd love to hear more about that if you're comfortable talking about that. Sounds awesome, though. I like tomatoes and I like pickles too. Those can go hand in hand. I asked to anger Kavel. I mean, if there's a food I don't like the most, or like a food item, it is tomatoes. But I will never, I'll never wage war against tomatoes because I know there's plenty of tomato enjoyer in the world. A tomato culture, if you will. I mean, sauces with tomatoes in them, those are excellent. Spaghetti, and really any pasta with some tomato-based sauce is excellent. I hate roasted tomatoes. Roasted tomatoes to me are worse than raw tomatoes. Or like sun-dried tomatoes, you know? Like the ones that they put on the sandwiches sometimes. I love the like, this is gonna be weird. Like when I take the roasted tomatoes off my sandwiches because I'm a child, I love the taste that's left behind. That's really good. As is typical with streams where I'm in a good mood, I'm like drawing too fast. I need to calm down. So you wouldn't eat a slice of tomato? I would not. I would not. Slice of tomato, I think, is even worse than just a normal tomato. I couldn't tell you, like a cherry tomato, like one of the smaller ones that you could just pop in your mouth. I'd rather have a cherry tomato than a slice of tomato in my sandwich. That is probably my least favorite form of tomato other than the roasted tomato. Slash, like, sun-dried tomatoes. The only time I eat it is when I'm, like, in a social setting where it would be awkward if I removed it from my sandwich. Met some nice people who happen to do art, and it's a really enjoyable experience getting to talk about them. It's like meeting your people tribe. Yeah, I love that. Huge. Well, hey, make a group out of that, because finding people like that, I'm not going to say it's rare, but it's a blessing, so. But you've clearly acknowledged that. That's huge. I've yet to meet people like that in the real world for art, but in some other things I have. Very few things. And the hardest part for me is just like opening up to them. Like, I can't be as much as an art nerd around my more engineering friends. Not that they wouldn't accept me. It's just harder for them to relate. So I internalize it a bit. So I feel like if I'd meet those art people, I'd struggle a bit to express myself, I guess, yeah. Don't worry, Kev, I'll make you tomato fan art. Then I guess the Zoro art is never happening. When the One Piece is finished, honestly, at this point, if it's finished, I would love, not the One Piece, but One Piece, right? I would love to make a giant, like, spread. Like a huge... the camera can't see that much here. Wait, we're gonna zoom out a bit. There we go. Like, huge piece with, like, all my favorite characters. The Sunny, the, Going Merry. Maybe some of my favorite buildings, like Annie's Lobby, the Dressrosa Hill, stuff like that. Impel Down, not Impel Down, the Gates of whatever it's called. Oh. Let's zoom back in here. There we go. Sorry if that made you any of you sick. I get the feeling it's kind of like being alienated out of the group, kind of, not that they won't accept, it's just not being understood is the case. Yeah, kind of, yeah. It's definitely, I think, an internal thing. It's, as many intelligent people in my life have said, it's using anxiety to treat anxiety. And using that anxious energy to fuel action as to prove that your anxieties are unfounded, if that makes sense. So like, if you have problems speaking to people, just speak a tiny bit. Use that anxious energy to kind of thrust yourself forward. Now, it's much easier said than done, and I've definitely chickened out in a lot of those instances, but when you do get the opportunity to really express yourself in front of someone and they can reciprocate, it's one of the best feelings. One of the most human feelings, because it's genuine. You really can't fake that. I didn't measure this line that well, didn't I? Yeah, I could just notice that's not correct. So if I do it like right here, then it'll probably be fine, but... that's a bit better. We gotta make that One Piece collab. I call dibs on Zoro's. How about we both make one so we both get to draw Zoro? But I would like a collab, that would be cool. Yeah, we could do one where we just all draw our favorite characters. Oh man, I have like a bug bite on my back and it's killing me. Again, this creative outlet is honestly a blessing at times. Yes, there's a curse of creativity, that being feeling guilty for not making art, among other elements too, such as comparison more. But with the woes of creativity come those amazing things that you've just described, yeah. And hey, creativity is something that we all can improve upon and get better at, so I can only imagine with the negative things, such as, yeah, like you said, comparison and stuff, that we'll get better at it. We'll find our niche, we'll find our tribe, and... I know it's very, what is it called? Optimistic and naive, but I'd like to imagine we'll figure it out. The evidence points in that direction at least, right? Yeah, you should draw Zoro, like a really big Zoro piece before and after your gesture class, or your anatomy class, or figure drawing, I should say. See how much you've improved. Huge. Even though only us are into One Piece. I mean, Delano's watched a bit of One Piece, but yeah. Important thing I'd say is join a community that caters to that and find like-minded people to do what you do. Helps to connect with them. I've been having problems speaking all day, sorry. And it will make for interesting events and networking. Yeah! That's what Delano's doing, largely with his server. He's done an excellent job. I still need to do the Introducción al Mundo. Al Mundo? I don't know. I just don't know what art to send. I'm rushing. Ugh. I've been watching a lot more Germa compilations as of recent, and this is gonna sound crazy, but I'm like almost self-aware, or self-aware. No, I mean I'm barely self-aware, right? But self-conscious. There we go. Because Germa is such an excellent streamer, and this is not me like floundering for attention, but oh my gosh, like I want to be as funny as him and like as creative and interactive as he is. Germa is in a league of his own, dude. Another thing I could say is that some of us have this feeling that likes online reflect our value in art, but when you get that one artist friend that likes your art and gives you feedback, is worth anything. That is Delano. Delano is a goat when it comes to that. Delano will legit just be like, hey man, you feeling well? I'm like, yeah, it's been a bit rough, and then he'll just like write tons of messages making me feeling better. Like, Delano is such a legend for that. And I try to do the same, but I just don't have his like same like verbiage, you know? Like, he's just so excellent at that and communicating with people. Like, I get in my head a lot, but Delano like is just straight with it. He knows what to say. Shout out. Oh yeah, I think only a couple more months, which sounds like crazy, but isn't Rise coming back in like March or May? Well, he's been gone since November, and I think he said 6 months. So May, April, or April, you know, April, May region. People such as that are an absolute unit when it comes to that. Bless their hearts. I know, right? Very rare find. I feel pretty good about these sausage forms today. Oh man, I want to draw Hyperlight Breaker so bad. For this 50% Friday. Oh, that's tomorrow. Oh my goodness. We're drawing Hyperlight Breaker, guys. I mean, we already drew Goro, but let's draw more Goro. I haven't unlocked... Hyperlight Breaker is so hard. Oh my gosh. Like, once you get the hang of it, and also I've been kind of like exploiting... Like, there's these like claws in the game, and their special abilities, you can lay down bombs around you, and you can animation cancel to set down more bombs. So you could do double the amount easily, and sometimes 3 times the amount if you really spam E. Then you can upgrade blue weapons to have a bleed effect, which is also OP. Anyways, there's like no health in the game, so it's, and like there's parrying, but I don't like the parry system at all. And I want to unlock Lapis and Goro, but I don't know how. But it's quite fun, and I may play a little bit after stream. It is online. It's online or offline. It is called Hyper Light Breaker. It's a sequel to the game Hyper Light Drifter. Post-apocalyptic kind of, but very, very future and techy. One of my favorite games. It's up there, maybe top 20, top 10. But yeah, it's a the first game was kind of a bullet hell 2D game. This one is a RPG roguelike. It's very buggy still, it's early access, but yeah. I highly recommend it. You can buy both games for $30. It's a bit pricey, but I mean for 2 games, that's decent. It's pretty nice. And buy it while you can, because that sale does end quite soon if you are. No, yikes. No, it is early access, and there are some pretty annoying bugs, such as like stuttering, which will throw runs. It is difficult, like I said. The balancing is... Hyper Light Drifter was a hard game at first too, a very steep skill curve, but once you got it, you got it. Play farm games, don't understand. RPG roguelike. So in this game specifically, it's a unique game. You can go into something called the Overgrowth. So you have a city where you can hang out with friends, and then you can choose, hey, let's team up, let's go to the Overgrowth. Once you enter the Overgrowth, there are bosses and random enemies, items you can pick up, stuff like that. If you die in the Overgrowth, you lose those items and you return to the city. If you die 4 times, the Overgrowth resets. All the bosses reset, all of the enemies reset, but you keep your items. So it's basically like go in, grab as much as you can, pull out. You know, get out of there. The longer you're in the Overgrowth, the more difficult it gets. Enemies will spawn more difficult enemies, stuff like that. Yeah. Have you tried games like Sunhaven or Stardew Valley? If you're asking me, I have not, but I've always liked the notion. The closest I've ever gotten to those was web fishing, which I adore. What is Sunhaven? I've actually never heard of that one. Let's do a little bit of Googling while I take a sip of water and we transfer over to our horse construction. So be right back, everybody. I almost forgot to, I was about to burp and I almost forgot to mute. That would have been so bad. That's the thing, like a single wipe in, I'm not even called a wipe, but a run in Hyper Light Breaker takes like 30 minutes, so I do need an off and on game this semester. Sunhaven. Okay, interesting. This kind of reminds me of Farmville, a game I used to play when I was younger on like my mom's iPad. Very cool. It's not the art style I was expecting. It's a bit more cartoony than I expected, which isn't bad. Oh wow. Very elaborate. I think I would like something like Stardew more, because isn't Stardew very like, not story driven, but yeah. That's a cool looking. Oh goodness, that is interesting. Cool, okay. You could have be an introvert and have friends. You just gotta kind of hope that an extrovert kind of swoops you up, right? I would be surprised if that game didn't have like a kind of public lobby type beat. Anyways, I'm gonna take a quick brain break real quick, actually. I've been talking a lot. We're gonna kind of calm down, focus up a bit. And yeah, so give me a quick second. Talking to people is fun. I mean, you ask random people every night if they like pickles or not. Would you guys get mad if one stream I trained an AI to talk for me? And I just sat back and let the AI do the stream? We have like over several hundred hours of stream recordings now. We could easily do this. I'm not sure about the actual drawing part, but for everything else. Get a huge tally. You could take a world sample. Oh, also my physical copy of my physical copy of Dungeon Meshi comes in tomorrow. I'm very excited. Yeah. Yeah, it could be Evil Kavel. We've talked about Evil Kavel on stream before. I'm just kind of scrolling through Discord right now, letting ChatGPT. I like what Uncomfy just said, Lieutenant General. What we teach is like walking. If you've forgotten how to walk before, there might be a reason for concern. Otherwise, I think you'll be fine. That's a wonderful way to talk about Drawbox. Let's see, let's fast forward these songs a bit. Ooh, I like this song. Oh. I've been kind of getting back into synth as recent. Very, like Hotline Miami-esque. What is it called? Oh my gosh. Made like every good synth song ever. Oh my gosh, I have to Google this now. Not Magic Sword, but Magic Sword is a notable... Moon, yeah, it was by Moon, the Moon. Oh my gosh, please, oh wait, not Moon, but Moon is also wonderful. Guess I'm not getting this. Oh, it says the artist right here. Carpenter Brut. Or, yeah, I think that's how I pronounce it. Yeah, sorry, Vaporwave, yeah. Is Vaporwave different from... Yeah, I don't know. Whichever one. Yeah, I like it. Sounds cool. Cool, cool. Oh my gosh, the YouTube dashboard is so awful. Anyways, cool. Wow, we're actually getting close to... We're going to be hitting stream 300 this week. That's a lot of streams. Okay. Anyways, let us... I may make a Python bot tonight to count how many hours of streaming we've done. Wait, 5 days from now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the 21st of January. Wow. At least AI is good for chatting, like a virtual friend. Yeah, I think parasocial relationships are dangerous, and I think harboring a relationship with AI is even worse. They're different genres, but they both have that 80s retro feel. Gotcha, okay. But one is slowed down, the other one is primarily synth focused. Gotcha, okay. Both I love. Yeah, then yeah, I'd say more synth than vaporwave. Vaporwave. Now that I'm thinking about it, I do love the vaporwave aesthetic, and I used to be very obsessed with it. But I'm now more, yeah, much more synth. But more toward, like, if there's, you're right. This is gonna be interesting how I accomplish this. Wait. Can you tell I'm like procrastinating a little bit? You're right. Wait, why am I not doing this in pure ref? Am I stupid? You're right. If we go over here, there we go. If there's like a scale, right? And this is 80s music. And this is like, I wouldn't say techno, but something, right? I'd say like, I'm more like, here is synth. And here's vaporwave. Oh, I hate mouse. Okay. I would be like right here. Maybe a bit more right here, you know? There we go. Sorry, didn't realize you can see that. Very silly. Anyways, let's get to drawing. I may go a bit quiet because I am going to be focusing up heavily here. Heavily. Yeah. I'm sick again. I can't be getting sick this often. Something has to be up. Cool. Okay. Without any further ado, let's get going. So where we left off is we had most of the legs done. We need to do that back kind of hidden leg. We did a really good job. So with proportions, we slowed down our drawing and we're trying to capture that gesture. That's a big focus of this one. And I think we've just done a pure excellent job here. Everything feels 3D. Everything looks great. Very happy with it. It has been a minute since I've touched this, so it will take me a second to kind of... Yeah. So as for this form, for this leg, we know that the elbow actually kind of happens here somewhere. With that little... Oh wait, you guys can't see what I'm doing. There we go. There we go. We have this little area, right? And so, move that up for you guys. We want to make sure we're capturing that with whatever form we put, because we're going to have a little padded elbow form right there, additive form that's going to help sell that this arm is fully connected. As for where it lands, if I remember correctly, it's the halfway point of the, no, it's a bit above it. If we go to the full, it's down here. Now this is an issue, an interesting issue. Ow. Because the moment we draw this one should have its halfway mark about right there. So we kind of are doing these at the same time in our brains. It's a multivariable system, I guess. I don't know math. So I would say conservatively, it's about exactly one. What am I doing? one torso length down. It does feel awfully large, but we have to remember that's where it ends. But I think that's maybe a bit past that. I think human error, that's about fine. Will make me happy. We can also help gauge this by, since we know this form ends about right here, That means compared to this, we have this gap right here. So this gap seems a little bit bigger in proportion to the one that's on the page right now. Because we can fit 2 of these right here and then a little bit more. So in fact, it should technically go lower. If we measure the kind of calf, pun intended, the halfway point of it is going to sit about right there, maybe a bit higher. Which means the calf itself is about 2/3. About 2/3, so it should be this big. So if we put this here, this should be in the middle, and it isn't. My brain hurts. Or it is small and not prepared for such things, but this still feels like it's the best. Now, as for where this calf ends, the Nintendo... I did not see... I saw you post it, though. I've never been a huge, like, Nintendo fan. I've never... I mean, I had a Wii when I was a kid. I played Mario Kart a ton. Lego Indiana Jones. Some other things that I'm probably forgetting and have been lost to time. A lot of the Lego Star Warses. But yeah, I had my family got a DS, but my sister and I got bored with it because we had a Wii. So we were like... Our school didn't let us have, like, technology. Not even technology, just like, why are you bringing that to school? Don't bring that to school. This second knuckle is in a very inopportune position. Luckily, it does seem very close to the gap that exists from here to here. If not, almost the same, maybe a little bit longer. Torso length, torso length. So it's about 1/3 of a torso height, sorry, not length. So that actually makes quite a bit of sense. I used to have a Wii, got it day 1, wow. Wii head over here. Yeah, I saw your and Delano's conversation about it. Nintendo is pretty protective of its assets compared to most studios, companies I should say. Just a very interesting approach. I don't know why they're so... Even, yeah, I would say like hostile towards game ownership. I did say yesterday, or 2 days ago when I was initially constructing this, that we may be a tiny bit out of room for the legs. In fact, very much out of room. Because, yeah, the right hoof is 2/3, so we have this, 1, 2/3. So about right here where it's gonna land. And we know the other hoof, I don't know why I say hoof, but I don't like saying hoof. Just triple checking my measurements. When I say it like that. So this, here, 1/3, here to the right, or right on that. So, and we know that this gap is basically down here, just a tiny bit larger. So that'll be that, and we have to just make sure we intersect well up here. And then for this, we know it lands about right here. It's gonna have a rightwards tilt. Now as for X position, if you know, the green lines are on the X-axis, it's gonna make an angle with the horizontal. Now, as for where it lands is a very tough question. We'll use the head. I always like using the head, even though we don't have many forms on it. It's pretty far away from the edge of the face. It doesn't pass this side of the bicep, so we're gonna have an additive form right here. So it doesn't pass that. In fact, it's pretty much like aligned right here is my best guess. I'd be happy to put it right here. I'm assuming that's our one torso. Yep. So it's gonna end here. It starts very much to the side. We want it to go, I don't want to make it go too far because then it feels weird. But I'm also not going to be drawing the arm form on this side because I don't want it to cause too much clutter. Also, I'm going to hide the timer. I don't want that to be too cluttered. Did I just say clutter too? Yeah, I did. My first ever console was the Game Boy. Oh my gosh, Cat is old. Cat is so old. So yeah, it's really gonna just touch the very edge of that. I just can't see it spanning all the way up here. Also, this gap is bigger, but whatever. Actually, yeah, it doesn't even touch that fully. I don't want to angle it too much. I also don't want to reference this too. I always heard the Game Boy was awesome. I just never. Bit too young for the Game Boy, I think, maybe. I'm not sure. My entire childhood was like, it was actually very polar opposite to the rest of my childhood. I was actually like out playing with my sisters and like the yard and stuff. And I think once I got that the Wii, it was over. Like, and then a couple of years later, we got an Xbox and I played Portal 2 and I was like, oh my gosh. And then I heard about Minecraft. And oh, once Minecraft happened, it was over. It was so over. So this one's gonna be skinnier. It's gonna be in between these two. I'd rather it be this size. I'm gonna start about right here. I want the edge of it really to touch this dot. Nowadays, kids are growing up with the Switch and calling it nostalgia. People, I mean, I remember when I was younger and people were starting to find Fortnite nostalgic, OG Fortnite nostalgic. I find many things that people consider, or considered at the time quite normal to be nostalgic. I remember Rise, I think, convinced some people in the Drawbox server that I'm like 40. I don't know why I'm so protective against my age. Like, I am protective for my identity just because the internet is one scary place, right? I get it. Age doesn't really totally... Like, in the context of my identity, it isn't a huge... Because then I have, like, 2 years of almost buffer time. Like, I could tell you how old I was when I started the channel, but that is in no way indicative of my age right now, other than, like, a year. There's a year range in there now. So it only... can only infer so much. I'm psyching myself out. Don't go out giving your personal information, it's fine. Old. How do you feel about retirement, Kat? You're getting to the age. You're way too thick, okay. Let's calm down here. Okay. Yep. And we're gonna leave that there. It's a bit thick, but we'll recover. It's okay. We all retire at some age, right? Thank you for your many years of service, Kat. Your severance package will be $2 and 4 cents. Ooh, oh no. One of my best friends, he just asked me, he was like, hey man, quick question. I'm working with Firebase authentication. Ooh. Sounds like a cores issue to me, man. God, man. Flashbacks. Hey, you respect your plants. I wouldn't even say naming your plants is an old thing, it's just a weird thing. It's a weird, lonely thing, but it is a thing. Ooh, I like this music. I'm adding this to the list. Luna, the Shadow Dust. Oh, that's a bit too dramatic, but it sounds wonderful. You respect Zoe. Unfortunately, Johnny is not doing as well. The bromeliad. I left Johnny at my home, so my parents could take. Actually, Johnny was doing well before I took Johnny home, but not to blame my parents or anything. But I think you should Google that, because you would be surprised. Many a person who is stuck in their room all day, I bet, names their plants. And name my. Okay, that's too far. I'm not gonna say that. Yeah. This just feels too long. 3/4. Yeah. That's fine. I'm okay with being old. I look very old, so I'm chilling. If you guys ever disagree with me on stream, you could just be like, okay, Grandpa, take your meds. I'm gonna be there in my chair just like freaking out, like grabbing both things of the armchair, like the boxes. They speak to me. They tell me things. I'm definitely gonna have like moments when I'm older where I'm like, the boxes. It's forever ingrained in my my memory. Okay, another x-axis thing. Finding where it should be placed on the x-axis. Where this horizontal line exists, right? Where does this line exist? It seems like maybe 1 1/3 torso length. So 1 1/3? That's way too early. This is about the same time last stream, or that last construction, where we're like, oh shoot. Now this gap is actually extremely informative if we can kind of quantify. And honestly, this gap is almost a torso length, so And our sausage was a bit thicker than it should have been, so maybe starting from right here, this dot is seeming a bit more plausible. And it lands, I'm gonna say this form lands just a tiny bit below the halfway mark here. So we're looking about right here. I'd say is when the sausage form lands. You can get old and I don't like that, and have a ton of cat vibes, ton of dogs. One cat to rule over all the dogs. Actually, no, I want one dog. I just want one dog. Now I'm gonna take, my dream job is one where I could take my dog with me. Cause like, I feel bad if an animal is like kept at home, yet at the same time, they're animals. They can't be like autonomous, right? Like self-controlling. I really want like either a German Shepherd, a Border Collie. Because Border Collies I hear are awesome. Is it a blue heeler? Blue heeler. I heard blue heelers are just full of love. They do have health issues though. No dog doesn't. My family has golden doodles, a Great Pyrenees who I love to death. I love the Great Pyrenees. The only thing is I'd never want to have to train a Great Pyrenees because oh my gosh, or like a dog, a wolf-like dog, like a hyena. Yeah, no, oh my gosh, husky. Heck no. I know my limits. But yeah, if I could have like a Border Collie, Blue Heeler, German Shepherd, and I could take them with me to my job everywhere and absolutely baby them. Now, I've learned from my family's animals that training animals is very important for their safety and your own. And it's something that I'm always going to invest time into. And I don't think there's a moment in my life where I'm using this, by the way, to inform where this form should be. Like, please, guys, if you have dogs, give them the basic commands, right? Because then, you know, they can be safer, and I'm not gonna say happier, but it's not like giving dogs basic training is gonna make them upset. In fact, more time with you, where they can teach you, you get to interact with them and play with them, I think is better. But being in college, there's many people who adopt animals. I'm not gonna act holier than them because I've wanted to do this as well. Just I know I'm not ready to have an animal. I've convinced myself I was a cat person in my past life because of my personality. Or you were a cat in your personality. Do cats not like pickles? Oh, they don't. They actually, I've seen those videos where like they put the cucumber behind the cat and then it freaks out. Those videos are... I used to watch like AFE when I was younger. And those videos would make me cry laughing. It was decent. It was a bit sharp over there, but I think nice. I just got a cat with a C. Cool. This arm is so big, but for first, like, you know, it's jittery. It was the first form on the page. I'm really liking how 3D this feels. I'm very proud, you may say. And you guys know, if I'm still streaming by the time I get a dog, and I'm rather independent, you know I'm going to be drawing that dog all the time. Look at that. All on the same line. We are lucky. Yeah, this, I was a lazy house cat with a loving family. What kind of cat were you? Surprised you didn't say you were a horse. Which one did you say it was? It was the very like pitch black horse. This very, what was the? It was such a cool looking horse. Which horse was your favorite again? Had an elaborate name that I'm not gonna even try to remember because I'll just mess it up. Wow, that's far. That is an angle that I don't think Because we have this negative shape. But like it's really just a half Frisian horse, Frisian. Huh. Sorry, I'm saying huh to this. Imagine the first person to try to tame a horse and they're like, I'm gonna hop on top of it, and then they just get bucked off like 20 times. They're like, I'm gonna do this tomorrow, but I'm gonna bring an apple this time. Same thing with the first dude who discovered milk. And I say dude because only... Come on, right? Like... Yeah. Whoever that person was. Shout out. I mean... This one I did this gesture. I'm pretty sure I did a rightward C curve. Yeah, it has that slight gesture. Holy shit. Oh, I didn't mean to. Oops, sorry. This music is quite intense. Frisian. 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 Did I say Frisian? Frisian. 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 I'm done. Don't try to make Kavel pronounce things. What animal was I in my past life? I'd like to think a bird. Not because I'm like, I'm free. Nah, I feel like a bird. Maybe I was a grackle. Maybe that's why I like grackles so much. Okay, I wish this was skinnier to kind of match those, but it'll do. Let's do this final one down here. Oh, that was way too bent now I'm looking at it, but now we can kind of contrast it with this and it'll make it feel very solid. It is the lowest, I'm gonna call it the, oh my goodness, forearm form, but we're landing about right there, a little bit higher. There we go. Give me dolphin vibes. Aren't dolphins like weirdos? I'm just gonna Google, are dolphins weird? Are dolphins weird? Or am I thinking of orcas? Like, aren't orcas psychos? Dolphins are considered to be some of the most intelligent and fascinating animals on Earth. They have many unique characteristics, including their communication skills, their ability to use tools, and their complex social structures. I have none of those. Dolphins and their dirty secret. Oh. Can I be a bird, please? can I just anywhere, like a, can I be a, oh my gosh. I'm not saying, why am I blanking on their name? We drew like 4 of them. Not a harpy, it's the, why am I blanking? Oh, I just hit my mic, I'm so sorry. I was like brushing my hair and I hit my mic out of anger because I don't want to be a dolphin. Caracara, there we go. I almost said caracal. What's a caracal? Oh, it's the cat, it's the silly cat. Yeah, caracara, car. Little trash pigeons. But they're also smart, so that may not be the best fit, but I like them. I find them to be very silly and very fun to watch. I also do love crows. Crows are quite cool. Oh man, I've always wanted a pet crow, but like not as like a house pet, just like one that like if I'm reading outside, like I'm chilling in my front yard, it'll just come hang out with me. Pudgy? Or is it budgie? But it's a budgie, right? Budgie. What? I just spelled it wrong. Yeah. Ew, I don't want them. They look silly. I mean, I love them. They're adorable. I have a cockatiel myself, so not too far off. They're called budgies, right? Yeah, budgie bird. Yeah, budgie bird. Why was I thinking pudgy? Or what was I thinking? Yeah, I was thinking pudgy. I don't know why. They're cute. I want to be a Caracara. I want to be a cool freaking Harpy. Maybe Harpy's too cool for me. I'll accept that. That I'll never be as cool as a Harpy Eagle, but give me the Caracara. Oh my gosh, that's pretty accurate. Because yeah, it's 1.5, and then we have the lower third. That gives us 1.666 repeating. Oh, those 3 6s. Below this, or sorry, 0.166 repeating. I didn't say it that time. El Diablo. Batman. Catch it. Get some sleep. Have a good one, cat. Guess you could call it a cat nap. Do these streams have to be recorded? May take this one down. There's been some very lame jokes tonight. Kind of every night, but we're also gonna ignore that. I'm gonna bring it up here. Actually, yeah, well, yeah, because it is a bit smaller than this gap, which leads us to about right here. So we'll do this. We'll do a very, it's going to carry that motion quite well. It's actually ghosted, Kavel. What are you doing? One heck of an overlap, but I think that's fine. Okay, and now it's time for the hooves. There we go. Hooves. We have those tinier sausage forms. I don't know why I'm looking at this one. Isn't going to be too helpful. For the additive forms, it'll be a pretty helpful thing to look at. Not really for how the forms intersect, because that's for me to decide here, but where I put my forms. You know, where are some intelligent spots to put forms. Let's see, we have this smaller one. Remember, they go inside the hoof. We're not going to mess that up again. It actually lands at this, and they, you know, so we're going to say practically right here. That's awfully long, though. So maybe a bit higher. Oh yeah, look at that. That's fine. Gonna try to keep it machine. That's, yeah, we'll go about right there. It actually stays pretty dang horizontal. Maybe only a tiny bit out. And it still sticks out more than, like, it's not a complete curve, like you could draw a rectangle. It's a bit of a slanted rectangle. So it does end out going like, yeah, you guys get what I mean. Okay, so make it much smaller than we need. And I find, honestly, at this point, like for these much smaller forms that aren't completely crucial towards like the feel and gesture of everything, I'm not trying to make it 100% accurate. Like the errors for smaller objects hopefully are going to be smaller in general. Like sure, you have your major landmarks, like the end of the hoof should be right here, but how we get there, I'm kind of more free-flowy about it, because you know, the smaller the object, I guess the smaller the error. I'm not sure if that's a correct statement to make, but that's kind of my mentality. Once again, we'll see how wrong I am, but I'm very excited for Dio's critique. Like this, I've not only learned a ton but Dio is just the GOAT. So I'm not saying this so Dio can one day magically watch this and all becomes well, but also I just realized something. Look at that. Look at that. We're not going to be totally using that though, because we need to go a tiny bit deeper. And let's see, this one kind of just stays straight. I'm going to carry over the gesture, not to make it like go backwards. That would look weird. It's going to be a bit thicker than that one. Kind of messed that one up gesture-wise. I ended up going too straight. Cool. And look at that magical line. We now note that this one kind of ends right there. This one's actually a bit higher than I intended. But same old, you know. Once again, smaller errors, smaller issues, but I'm actually gonna go the length I think it should be, which is a bit down here, because we do have a lot of added forms in the way, and I don't want to. Then again, yeah, so this is kind of the length I'm going for here, which honestly isn't that outrageous. Oof, but that was very, very thick. Oops. Not much overlap. I think I ghosted too fast. Didn't pay much attention. This sausage form should end about right here. That goes through almost what the center of the sphere that conducts the head. Conducts? I don't know. So, yeah, because like if we did the sphere, center of the sphere, look at that, boom. So let's use that as a nice landmark. And it goes as low. We're gonna make it end about right here. Kind of halfway through that hoof. This goes into the hoof a little bit, so we're gonna land probably right here. Yeah, and we just go out really far because the center of the head, like I said. Did not mean to rhyme that. I am sorry. Ooh, that's far. Okay, maybe less of that. Be a bit more left-oriented here. I'm trying to go more to the left and like kind of drift my pen. Here, I'm gonna do the use the edge of the paper to kind of guide. Dang. Okay. Well, we're gonna move it left just because it feels right. And I'm gonna move it down a bit because this feels like it should be deeper. It occupies about a half, and the entire height is about half of this. So about right here down. I don't know. I think that's fine. Should be an upwards motion? Nah, it seems like it's a bit flat right here. Let's see, if the weight's gonna sit on this. It is kind of weird looking at it now. Like, how is that stable? But yeah, a little going down sausage form. It's probably the best. So yeah, we're gonna just go down like this. That's probably the largest one, but it's okay if it's thicker. Okay, let's focus on adding some hooves to this. And we'll take a bit of a brain break. I feel like we're a bit fast. Let's calm down. So yeah, hooves. I feel like we need to do a sidebar on them too. Let's look at the other constructions. I kind of jumped into it last time, and I was experimenting on my own because it's a weird cylinder, and I like weird cylinders. Also gonna scan through the Dropbox Discord and look at all the awesome art. Me distracting myself. Stupid memes, very stupid memes that my friends are sending me, but I love them dearly. The memes, not them. La la la. So, hooves. I was gonna look at that, and I was being distracted by silly things on Discord, as one should be. Drawing hooves. I'm probably making something. Yeah, it's kind of a just unfortunate 2D position. I kind of like this line. It makes it feel like this. I mean, other than this very well placed sausage form that indicates, oh yeah, we're going out. Look at that. This helps us understand, okay, there's a front plane here, and then we kind of dive off back here. So they're still kind of square-like. This isn't really one we should look at. We should look at, you know, official one. This is back still when they were doing non-sausage form legs, right? So I think this is probably the best demo for this, which is, you know, that line exists right here as well. Front plane, back plane. So kind of divvying them up would be best. So if we go to our friend, will this help us? Kinda, yeah. We can kind of see that front plane now. Front plane. If we go over here, I already see one right here. It may just be because that's how I drew it, but we're gonna do this in very bright, there. This. Just gonna do it with planes first. See, that feels very nice. This one's tough. Maybe I'll do it on the somewhat untouched one. So front plane, down, front plane, back. Nice. This one, front plane. Ooh, very nice example right here. Front plane, back plane. Yeah, almost has this kind of upward curve to it. And then down. Nice. Cool. This was a very dramatic curve, but I think it kind of sells it. This one's not right. I feel like it's more like this. Cool. You guys can barely see it because I shifted up the pure rough, but just trust me, they're there. So, and yeah, the sausage form kind of exists in this. That's the goal, right? And then we'll have our additive form connecting it, and all will be well. But for now, let us fight. Also, let's kind of do some oh, it's getting colder. Is it hoodie time? Nah. Where does this land? Oh. Oh. Oh, look at that. They're almost in the same place. That's a very good plumb line to have. Kind of goes through the knuckle of this one, that intersection, which is very deep. We are very off, but these are somewhat aligned. This one is a bit deeper than this one, which makes sense. And this should strike through that. So this arm is just a bit shorter, which is fine. Everyone has a shorter arm or appendage. And I guess this horse will as well. Actually, no, let's redo the drawing. Okay. I'm not allowed to make ironic jokes about my terrible tendency to do that. So, what is it? Redo work. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. So let's really understand this form. We have a plane with a vanishing point up here. Let's consider this, you know, or plane, yeah, plane. VP over here, this one relatively foreshortened because we're looking at the side of it. I'm gonna start it right here. I think, yeah, doing that will probably work the best. And it's gonna go out in this direction, and then we're gonna go down, trying to turn my brain into that 3D mode I've talked about. This goes down, and this curls around. Creates actually, so maybe we should start a bit more to the right, I think. Starting a bit like right here, going out and back, then going pretty straight down, making a very acute angle, and then going all the way back here, yeah, so this, and then we're gonna travel back. Oh, that should have gone down. I think that's okay for now. We're learning. This first one's gonna go over it. First plane is going over it. So like from here to here, and we go down. Everyone make it feel like it's going around. And then we kind of wrap around back here, and a lot of the work is done by this raising form. So we have this outbound kind of thing, and we feel like we're turning. And we go back here, up, and then... yeah, I feel like this could maybe been a bit more in that direction, right? Like up instead of like that. Also, yeah, that's a bit weird, but that actually gives us a nice opportunity to do some cool stuff. Why am I putting my reference all the way on my other monitor? I keep having to like turn from this direction to this direction. I'm not sure if you also heard all the bones in my body pop. Apparently I'm not built for that. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna continue. These being at somewhat the same level. That was actually relatively small. I bet this one's a tiny bit deeper. We're gonna go up. Nice. Up here. There we go. And then this one actually kind of ends higher. This is ending to be very, very big, so we're gonna have to do some work, and that means this one's gonna curl up and go in. So we're gonna end it right here. Do maybe right that, yeah. So. Oh, that should have been longer. Oh, there we go. That's that now. Okay, this one's definitely happening over here. Make sure these land somewhere near each other. These land right there. Goes all the way out to about like right here. I like that. It didn't totally go the way I wanted it, but it's okay. I'm chilling. Huge. Huge. Okay, nice. Let's do those additive forms, and then it'll probably, we still got time. I just don't want to rush anything. I know we've been taking a lot of breaks this stream, but I think that's a good method for making sure we're not doing too much at once. Take a quick sip of water, maybe a quick brain break. Let's see what my friend sent me. Okay. Very cool. Someone, this is actually kind of brilliant. Someone in the, so I'm in the Discord mainly just to lurk. The world's biggest art learning experiment. I guess what's it's called. The name is so long it doesn't show up fully. Yeah, the world's biggest art learning experience. This is by the YouTuber 10,000 Hours. If you've seen my channel, you've probably definitely seen his. And someone posted this. Okay, that didn't work. There we go. Try your local look at all of these references. I just realized if there's books with tons of great pictures of animals, I wonder if there's a thrift store near me. No, that's for, I mean there is, I know, but just that would have those kind of things. Who knows? Anyways, infinite references right there, so long as the pages are infinite. It's pretty cool. I don't know why I haven't thought of that. Who would have known that books contain things? Cool. Let's get back to it. So, yep, let's do additive forms from the legs, kind of work our way up just like we did with the actual construction, or deconstruction, I should say. And this one will be heavily referencing our deconstruction. Not so much for the forms, because it doesn't really matter what forms we have on there, because we have to adopt it to our 3D thing, but seeing what we have, like where we've put them, rather than what they are, that's going to be pretty helpful. So yeah, like for these, where I'm going to be hopping back and forth a lot here, this form that kind of wraps around, so like I know there's a form here that we ought to add. So let's go here, and what will look like, well, it's going to wrap around, have this profile up here, and then kind of bridge over down here. And probably have, would it be outwards or inwards? If we cut the leg, I think I would see almost the upper inside. It's gonna be relatively flat, but I think. This is hard. Because that's really what I see. This looks so funny. I don't know why. Yeah, having a very big swoop at the end there, like this, is what I want. So I'm gonna leave some extra room because we have all this room we need from additive masses. So small and then big swoop. Cool. And that's gonna kind of bleed over into here. That's a bit more over, or like on the line, which made it darker, which is not something I totally want to do. We're gonna go one by one. This one's very interesting. This one I can kind of infer by myself. We're gonna be going up and over like this, and then connecting it downwards. So the up and over profile. And yeah, we wanna kind of connect it back here. I like that. Okay. Definitely much better than that one. This one, we're going to be going up and around. Then having a pretty quick overlap right here and then going in the front. Coming back. Like so. Very nice. So yeah, that was a fib, but we learned our lesson rather quickly. This one's very cool because it's swinging in front of us. So that means we're going to see kind of this type beat. I'm almost wanting to say this. Like a dish. Shout out to Deadly Comics. Perfect. I'm really happy with that. Cool. Now for the knuckles. This is where it can be really fun, but rather difficult, because the back and forward kind of type beat that I did is kind of skip. I'm not saying it. I don't know what compelled me to almost say that, but I'm not saying that. But yeah, we're gonna meet up here and then go up. That's kind of the goal. I can kind of see here. It's actually more existent on the outsides. Just, I don't, me. I like that. Oh, solid. What the heck? Who gave this man a fine liner? But like a good way. Who made this burger? No, okay. Oh, okay. Wrong button. Here we go. This one's interesting. I can see it kind of sitting on top. Ours is a bit tilted more towards us than this one. We made this plane a bit bigger. So I definitely see this. Then it would have to echo that. So it'd be like this, over, back. That's my intuition. This one kind of, it kind of covered, oh yeah, so it also did this over, nice. But yeah, I covered more room with it, which I think is smart. Because then I don't have to worry about like caring about the side profile. I can kind of just span the entire thing and it'll be okay. So it'd be like this, over. I still want to care about that though, intuitively. Yeah, see, I do that little bump as they intersect. So yeah, I go up here. Solid, I like it, I like it. And then yeah, the little back to it. I think that'll be fine if I just do this. Probably should have been a bit more outside of it, but I think that's fine. This one's cool. It's mainly a side profile, even though I did turn it a bit towards us, so we can leverage that, but pretty simple triangular type beats. Nothing too crazy here. Watch me say that, and then it goes all to frick, as one may say. So yeah, like doing an intersection like this would indicate that, you know, the degree is larger, therefore we could see into it more, if that makes sense. So that means it would be towards us more, but we know this to be sideways, so we do want to kind of respect that. So this one's going to be like this. Like so. And then we have that bottom heel part, which is going to... I don't want to draw the intersections there. Okay, fine. That was my sign that I won't. Okay, and then we're going to go down here. It's going to... Cool. Trying to be very careful about the pressure I put in the pen. Even though fine liners make a consistent line, not always technically true, right? Like you can kind of control it a tiny bit. Okay, this one, it's facing a tiny bit towards us, so I'm expecting this kind of mixed with this. Actually, mostly that, right? And man, these legs are skinny. We gotta add some mass to them. I was worried about them being too large, but like compared to the feet, it's not that large. Maybe we should add more weight to the knuckles. See this one, kind of seeing it span out and then in, around, and then making a hop again and connecting back. That's a bit bold, but I'm okay with it. Nice. I'm missing kind of this bowing motion, but we can add a lot of mass right here, and that'll be good. So let's continue doing that. And plus, the level of detail down here is probably what, in the sparsity of this, is probably what's making it look so weird. So, actually it's 1:30. We're gonna call it here. I don't want to pressure us. We still have 2 minutes left, technically, but we're gonna keep it there. We have 50% Friday tomorrow, which is just making our horse construction last even longer. But it's okay. We're gonna take our time. I say with bated breath. So yeah, 50% Friday tomorrow. Happy Friday, everybody. Early happy Friday. I actually have quite a few classes, so I may be a bit tired, so that's going to be a good time. We'll maybe pick up the Goro drawing or do Lapis. I would like to draw Lapis. Yeah, so very successful construction today. I'm happy where this is going. Some minor mistakes, but... Right? Horse noises. Yeah, thank you, Kat. Thank you, Wanderer. Yeah, I almost said Wondering. I don't know why. Thank you guys for joining me. Nothing really to report. You know, we got 5 more streams till we hit day 300. Which is a crazy number. I'm slowly building that new soundtrack thing for the stream, stealing a bit of Delano's music, stealing a lot of music from video games, and gonna look into a ton of YouTube law to make sure that, like, I'm okay with getting copyright struck or just not my videos taken down. That's what I don't want, right? And I can always go back and mute certain sections so they don't get taken down, which will hurt the replayability, but yeah, replayability, rewatchability. I wouldn't really call these streams that rewatchable. Anyways, cool. So once again, thank you all. Wow, can't talk. Thank you all very much for joining me tonight. It's been a blast. I'll see you guys tomorrow for 50% Friday. And yeah, what do I usually say at the end of streams? Oh yeah, bye for now. See you guys. That is, my bind for the end stream is 3. And my bind for that, what I call the display room, or the main condensed, is 5. So at the end of stream, I want to put the last number. Anyway, okay. See you guys.